Assalamu alaikum. Today is 1st August 2025. Time is 15:38 p.m. Bahrain time. And today we might be trading Amazon or MSFT. It's still not clear yet. Amazon is the kind of trades we like, a stock going back into a consolidation zone after climbing up. It's one of the trades that we have done several times, and I'm leaning a bit more towards Amazon, but MSFT is a new trade. It might give us good momentum. It might make us good money today. It's not the kind of trade that we are most proficient in. I wanted that to be noted. MSFT gapped up on yesterday's earnings. It opened at 560. Sorry, it opened at 556 and fell all the way to 533, which that move is much bigger than its ATR. The zones where it was expected to stop at were 551 and 545. It did not stop there, and it just kept dropping throughout the day. So it was a big move from MSFT yesterday. We expect either this momentum continues or maybe MSFT recovers a bit or we see a big recovery today. Any of those big moves can happen, and it might be a good learning experience. But I'm slightly confused between Amazon and MSFT. Which would be a better trade to take? Amazon has returned to its 210 to 216 or 218 consolidation zone after climbing all the way up to 236. An earnings news came out for Amazon. Light next QOP income guide, slower AWS growth, and lack of visible returns from AI investment weighed on sentiment. MSFT performed really well today. It gapped up very nice. Today, the market is slightly bearish as well because of tariff news. The overall market is slightly bearish. A fun fact, both MSFT and Meta's news came out yesterday. Meta performed comparatively lot better. The one-day candle only shows indecision. It shows that, okay, there was participation from both the sellers and the buyers. Meta performed a lot better than MSFT. We can either try to decode what the play will be today on MSFT, or we can, on a trade like MSFT, the edge is in knowing where the levels are today. But in a stock like Amazon, you already know the levels. You already know that 518 was its max the previous time, and when this area was traded, you already know the levels. You know that 510 will be the lowest. Sorry, 210 will be the lowest. 211 might be where the stock stops today and reverses, and 218 is the other level. In situations like these, a minute. In situations like these, it is important to trade the trader trading this level. That is the edge I use. On a stock like Amazon, we will be trying to trade the trader, so it'll be more reversal based, more DOM based. You're trying to see what's happening and you're trying to take actions based on that. MSFT would be more momentum based. That is what separates the two stock and their trading styles today. If MSFT manages to hold 533, like 533 is a level known to the traders today. So if MSFT shows signs of turning today, sellers might use this as an opportunity to sell into the 533 zone or the 532 zone. If we go look at MSFT 5-minute, I want to trade MSFT. My yesterday's plan was that today we will see where MSFT decides to stop or turn, and that will be the pivot. And we will trade around this level, because this would be the level that analysts consider important. This would be the level that analysts say, okay, you can buy MSFT here at 536. The ones who are investing the money, the ones who have the money, they are deciding, okay, 536 is a good price for MSFT. I don't mind buying MSFT at 536, and they're the ones stepping up there. But should we go against that momentum? That is a very important question. Would it be wise to go against a momentum like this? I don't know. A majority of the players might be imagining that we should try to get a short in on MSFT and the momentum should continue. On a stock like this, I cannot tell which side is stronger. Before that, let me actually go through the news. Generally, I first go through the news and then I start the video. So let's just go through the bite size. Different countries got tariffed. Canada's tariff was increased to 35%. Basically, different countries were hit with a tariff, and that's why the market is slightly down. Market had some trouble digesting this news. So I'll quickly scroll through everything, and then we can get rid of this. The important thing is that in the economic calendar, we have unemployment and average hourly earnings coming out. It's, I think, as per the forecast. ISM manufacturing PMI coming out at 5 p.m. So just something to keep that in mind. Mm, where are we? Yeah, this. Day ahead in Europe, HICP inflation is expected to ease to 1.9% year over year from 2.0%, while the core and super core metrics are both seen easing by 0.1 ppts each to 2.3% year over year and 2.2% year over year. I have no idea what that means. I just want you to know that I don't know what that means. None of this. I don't know what it means. What is HICP inflation? I don't know. Final manufacturing PMI data will also be released across the bloc. The highlight of the day is the US jobs report for July, where the headline is expected to see 110 non-farm payrolls added versus 147k prior. And the unemployment rate is expected to rise by 1/10 to 4.2%. Okay. The ISM manufacturing data for July is released afterwards, where the headline is seen at 49.5% from 49, sorry, at 49.5 from 49. Final University of Michigan sentiment data is also due today, where the headline is seen being revised up to 62.0 from 61.8. In the afternoon, Baker Hughes will release weekly rig count data on the speakers slate. We are expecting remarks from Fed Governors Waller and Bowman following their dissent at this week's FOMC meeting, where both called for 25 BPS rate reductions. Notable US corporate earnings due today include LINCVX, REGN, XOMCL, DGWW. So, and then this is their report on what they expect from US non-farm payrolls. We don't necessarily care. How can this affect the stock that we are trading? How would this affect MSFT? I feel like MSFT has broader concerns. MSFT. I think MSFT would be a safer trade in that case. Amazon would be, actually, both Amazon and MSFT are hit by earnings. But I feel like Amazon would try to take a more economy based route. How the broad economy is performing, how the market is performing. Amazon will try to go down that route because its judgment has come -8%. It has fallen. It's just going to trade as it usually trades. MSFT, on the other hand, might give us some good moves. So let's quit this. Actually, let me again quickly scroll through all of this. Okay, let me quit this. Now we have MSFT. We have MSFT, MSFT, FT, MSFT, MSFT, FT, FT. Ever since the gap up, where has been the most volume traded? Where was the most volume traded? Was 536.39. So this can be now. It is possible that there is only one party buying at 536 price. They deemed this price a lot. There were a lot of sellers, and they deemed this price to be fair value. It was fair value to them, and they bought at this level. They let the price then fall a bit, and then they bought towards the end as well. This is one of the things that we can conclude. We can conclude that there is someone who finds 536 interesting. How committed he is to 536, we do not know that yet. He even finds 533 interesting. So let's say the lower limit 532. All the way from 536 to 532, he considers this price interesting. Actually, no, people did not step up in this 34, 35, 35 area. This area there was not much buying done here. So we can say that people were trying to get the lowest price possible when they saw that 536 is there still are sellers at 536. They maybe tried aiming for a lower price, and 532.5 was the best they could do. 532 was the best they could do. When they started buying in mass. Okay, let's see where let's get rid of this. Let's see when did this volume come in. Even that is important. Let's look at from here to here. Okay, I'm seeing no, okay. 536 simply had the most volume. Okay. So let's draw a rectangle around this area. This area precisely, this area that was considered that was deemed fair value. Almost the middle section is the POC, point of control, where the stock was traded the most. The area below it is has a high volume, but not as much as the consolidation zone, simply because it was traded so much at this level. It stayed in this area for 3 hours or 2.5 hours, so that's quite some time. And then it traded below. It fell, where the buyers were trying to get in a cheaper and cheaper price. They were trying to get a discount. The question becomes, how committed are the buyers to this 536 level? If they are more committed than the desperate sellers, if their commitment is greater than the desperation of the sellers at 536, 536 will hold. If their commitment is lower than the desperation of the sellers, 535 will break and it will go look for a new zone. Should we see any desperate buyers? I don't think so. Nobody's going to think that this is the best that MSFT can do. We want you to understand how the pre-market works. Pre-market works on the opening cross style. Everyone places their orders in the pre-market and post-market, and the opening price that you see, or the price that you are seeing in the pre-market, is the most likely opening price of the market. The orders are not being matched. The orders are not being executed. Maybe there are some off the counter orders being placed, but all of them are being traded at this specific price. You're seeing this price because at this price, for example, right now, 534.99 is the price at which the most orders will be matched, and then the market will open. So it's the price at which maximum number of orders placed in the market can be matched. It's the price at which both the buyers and the sellers are interested. That is how you should interpret this price. That this is the price that if the market opens right now, this is the price that would be considered fair, or the price at which both buyers and sellers are interested. Like, there is orders placed throughout the market, but this is the price at which most of the orders will be executed. So what is that telling me? That this is the price that everyone is paying most attention to. That price was not above 536. Even today's opening price, it was right above 536, like just above 536. And basically it stayed there in the entire pre-market session. So it was not very high, not very low. It's the 536 price that everyone is paying attention to. The zone extends from 535 basically to 537.5, with buyers trying to buy at 535 and sellers trying to sell at 537.5. We can say that 540 is the upper limit. 540 is was yesterday's upper limit, and it might even be today's upper limit. Okay, now you want to go. It was the upper limit in the post market as well. It's one of those areas that were not tested today. Again, showing extreme selling strength. The level that was tested today was 539. So even 539 can be important. We don't expect 536 to hold. My brother says take the short in the pre-market. So the plan is very simple today. If the stock holds 536, we go long till 539 or 540, and if the price does not hold 536, we are short on MSFT with trading stop losses until we see buying strength. Okay, question number 2. What if you start seeing buying strength at 532? What would you do then? Interesting question, because it's possible that buyers are there, they just want to buy at a lower price. Buyers are not stupid. They can get a lower price, and maybe they will try to get a lower price. Yesterday we saw in the pre-market that there was some desperation from the buyers. We saw here that maybe the buyers were trying to push the price high. Buyers were trying to step in. They were like, we were not seeing committed buyers, but we were seeing desperate buyers. Today, we are seeing a bit of committed buyers, but not enough again. At least yesterday had the desperate buyers element. Today, even that is not there. So today we again expect the price to fall, and it's not holding 536. So I guess we are short on MSFT, and if even 532 does not hold, then we're even more short on MSFT. Like, we expect, at least in the pre-market, the buyers should step up at 532. If they don't, then the stock is hopeless. There's still half an hour left. We'll let the pre-market play out and see how the stock performs, trade accordingly. I'll see you in half an hour. Assalamu alaikum. Just checking if my mic is working. Okay, it's working. I've taken a position in the pre-market. The idea is that the stock should not cross 536. Okay, for example, it went to a very interesting place up there, and I generally don't take positions in the pre-market, but my brother does, and he suggests taking it. So I am also trying it now. Um, Spread is going crazy. The idea is that this level should not be broken. For us to go long this small area where all of this activity is happening. If the stock fails 536, we are short. If it fails 532, then we are even more short. So that is the general idea. Uh, because again, yesterday's pivot is today's play. 536 is the level that people have considered. Okay, this is a good price to buy. It's where other people stepped in, where everyone else is showing interest. Entry was slightly bad at 530.96, 533.59, very confused entry. If the stock does decide to go against me, it would burn me a little, I won't lie. I guess in cases like these, I should maybe aim for pre-market. Sorry, I should aim for limit orders. That would be nice, in my fair opinion. If we look at the DOM, we are seeing nothing of interest. Let me change the tick size to. Okay, let's not do anything. Market has opened. Market has opened and it's planning on. Okay, we see 534. Very nice. 535.57. I think it's trying to hold 532. 533 was held for a bit. What my I think my SLs were triggered. So we'll again try taking 1.5. No, let's try using limit orders. Let's try an area above 536. I kind of like limit orders because it forces you to think where the price will actually turn, and not just, okay, it'll turn now. Where? Will it be above 536? Will it be below 536? So I think, am I late? I hope I'm not late. Okay, the fight between 532 and 536 continues. Do we go short here? Hmm. No, 532, as a matter of fact, it's being held. We are going to see one push at least from 532 to 536, in my humble opinion. We saw this level hold up once. Maybe there's a lot of iceberg in this area. 532.5. You're seeing very small orders, 300, 166 and all. But that level is, yeah, but that level is not being, okay, it was being broken. Again, iceberg, I guess. No, level was broken. 6,531. I was already short. This has happened several times now. 530.5 is where we can expect. Everyone got their short in at 536, huh? There's a lot of maybe I think things wrong. I think even that's a thing, you know. My idea only is okay, how can I. One thing I would like to address is that delta was negative, but the candle was green, indicating that there is a lot of buy limit orders in this area. Breaking this area won't be as easy as we think. Yeah, like I'm not trying to make money off of the knowledge that I have. I'm just trying to test if my knowledge is right or not, if my analysis was correct or not. But I'm not exactly concerned with making money from it. I need to change that mentality. That is very bad mentality. I want to make money based off of what I know. You have seen, you have been correct multiple times in the market, Imad. You should try to make money. And maybe then a whole new set of possibilities will open up for me. But I'm not trying to make money. I don't know why. It's possible that the stock reverses from here, from 529. Will I go against 536? No. Was there any plans of reversing, of us playing, of trading a reversal play at 530? No. Might be a short lived rally. Not something we should necessarily concern ourselves with. But we were seeing that the buyers aren't trying to push. One thing is there. One thing I can say is that the 530 level has commitment. That is something I can say. It does have committed buyers. Desperate buyers, maybe not, but it does have certain set, even though it might be a small subset, but there is a small set of committed buyers at this level. Okay, the buyers tried pushing the price up, but they failed. So I don't know. I feel like price moved before I could go short. But this is screaming a short though. Everything depends on the commitment of the buyers at 530, but I don't think they're gonna make it. And plus, they have no reason to be committed to this level. Actually, in the 1635 candle, the buyers were towards the bottom side at 531. Now that I see, I realize the buyers are at the bottom side, and that level was held. Those buyers were not absorbed. They were absorbed in the next candle, but I am taking a short here at 531 because the buyers are not desperate. There are committed buyers, but I don't see, like, every time the price goes up, we see buyers fade. Okay, that did not happen right now, but generally in the top part, we even saw buyers being absorbed. But whenever the buyers try, like, they're just trying to hold the level. They are not trying to push the price. If they sincerely wanted to push the price, or if they had any kind of desperation, maybe I would have sided with them. There is a level of committed traders that I am trading against. I am trading at a level that I did not plan. Taking a short at 532 was part of the plan, but not trading a reversal at 530. So I'm not going with the buyers, even though they might be there. Even though I can see them, but I'm trading against them. I expect them to exhaust themselves trying to defend 530, and then we will see a breakdown and we will make some money there. Is what I'm expecting. But I want the price to break now. Since committed buyers are very patient, this level should be held a few times. But I want them to maybe aim for a lower and lower price, not higher and higher. For example, if 530 is the level and they are trying to inch higher, 530.2, 530.4, that shows that the buyers are competing within themselves to get the best price. But if they aim for lower and lower, for example, 529.8, 529.6, that shows that the buyers are trying to get the lowest price possible. So they're not as desperate. They're trying to see that, okay, what is the lowest I can get? What is the lowest I can get? I want them to be in that mentality. That would be preferable, but I don't think we are seeing that. So I'll drop my position here. We can trade a reversal at this level maybe now. We can I don't know. Let's try trading a reversal at 530. Again, not part of the plan, but just trying to show some respect to the market. Putting entering with a buy limit at 530.16, tight stop loss at 529.65. Okay, stop loss at 529.48. I really hope the market doesn't rally without triggering my order. I think it did. And it was shot down from the EMA. I think the sellers are supposed to be there. The sellers will be there. The committed buyers just need to be. Yeah, they were. I think they were. They were desperate enough to rally the price higher to 532. We could have got. I think I'm a better reversal trader than I am a momentum trader. I think I always say this, but I feel like I'm a better reversal trader than a momentum trader. And it's something I think I need to acknowledge so that I can focus on momentum trades. Like they work different. I would need to try and understand and internalize it that okay, a momentum works completely different from a reversal, yeah, and the stock rallies. Like this concept of the buyers trying to go lower and lower. The buyers are trying to aim for a better price. If they are going 530.2, 530.3, they are trying to aim for a higher price. There is a beautiful concept right there, but it's a reversal concept. Mm. Anyway, I think the stock has passed our. We can maybe get a reversal. Sorry, a short at 532, but now I'm not sure. I would have maybe taken a shot at 532 if. Let me get rid of my buy limit at 530 because that trade is null and void. Under what circumstance would we want to take a shot at 532? These are the kind of things I need to specify in my plans. That okay, if I'm only seeing committed orders maybe below 532 at around number like 530, then I will take a shot at 532. That makes the executive's job easy. Things like these I need to keep in mind. That maybe I don't want the stock to go peak into 532.5 area, showing that buyers are interested in that price as well. Even that is entirely possible. Comes back down to 530. Once again, it wants to check if there actually are buyers at 530. If there are, this is where it'll, I think, decide to rally now. And we still can get an entry, and we still see that same consistent behavior from the buyers of trying to inch up higher and get a better price. If we see iceberg orders at 530.4, that will confirm our. No, actually, the buyers are trying to be aggressive and they're failing. I think the stock is trying to break down. Or will we see a sudden reversal? No, but this red candle came on good buying, uh, good buying strength, and there was still red candle, showing that the sellers are actually pushing down. They're like literally pushing the price down. The sellers are competing with themselves to go lower. That is never a good sign. MSFT should be thankful that there are buyers today holding the stock up. Otherwise, today would have ended like yesterday. The stock tried very hard to end today like yesterday. This is showing that there's a lot of buying strength on MSFT today. There's one thing we can confidently say. $530 is being held. Do buyers have any reason to hold the $530 price? No. When sellers are showing so much strength, the buyers are still holding $530. That means they want the volume. That means they want those number of orders at that level. That is the only other logic that I can come up with. Is they are interested in the volume of the people selling at that level. If you're seeing 6,000 sell orders, maybe. And to confirm that, $529. Everyone keeps buying. Why are they buying? This is beyond me. They bought 1,674. They actually bought at that level. Like I think they even bought. I think they will go up higher and try to buy at 530.4 as well. Yeah, they bought it 535,000, almost 5,400. In my humble opinion, this is screaming buy. But due to the overwhelming presence of the sellers, the stock might not reverse right now. It might be very messy. You have to be very patient. But MSFT people are actually buying. This is without a doubt, people are actually buying MSFT. And although the reversal might be messy and whatnot, 536 would have been beautiful entry. I feel like this is one of those prices where you buy and just leave it open for the rest of the day, maybe. But if all of this commitment fades away, we are done. The level will break. Will it though? At this point, I need to question: will this level break? Because no matter how much people sell today, the buyers are just buying. 530, I go long. I put my SL at 528, and I just leave. It's entirely possible that this order might be triggered. Let's go long. Let's go long 100. Let's just go long and leave it, and let's see what happens. Again, not the best way to trade. I should have tried to enter at 529 and whatnot, and maybe I need to improve myself. But from a conceptual point of view, someday I need to learn how to become a better trader. But today, right now, from a conceptual point of view, let's try to see how MSFT is behaving. Because what we are seeing is that no matter how much the people sell, the buyers are just buying. That is what we are seeing. And if the buyers just keep buying, the price is eventually going to rise. So to test if my hypothesis is correct, I'm going to leave this open and we will see what the outcome is. Okay.